conflict, enforcement, analysis.
Assault on law enforcement officer, May 5th, 2020. The following video contains graphic content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Officer involved ambush here in Webster Grove, Missouri, outside of St. Louis. We brought some subject matter experts with us. We have Lynn and Jay from 6 Layer Concepts. Keith, you already know, off the surface, okay, got it. Shots are gonna go down range, but let's see kind of how we break this down at this point. Fair enough?
Right. You have multiple threats of whoever's in the vehicle, whatever's going on with the vehicle. And then certainly this is just dangerous conditions being on a major interstate, 75, 80 mile an hour traffic with semis coming down behind us in these lighting conditions. It'd be a whole bunch of different litany or a list of different things, whether it's a medical issue or medical condition. Certainly could be mental or alcohol or narcotics involved.
So you now have given your perspective of all the myriad of things that go through the officer's brain to our audience as the officer gets out of the car.
I think you have to ask yourself a few questions too, right here at this point, because what you're essentially seeing here is there's a communication now between the officer and whoever the occupants of this car are, right? So it's important to keep in mind at this point in time, this officer has not activated his overhead emergency equipment. He did not initiate this stop. This vehicle is already stopped. And so that is significant. But again, you have milliseconds that these things are going through your head as you're also trying to accomplish those things within your vehicle, get a plate number, try to alert dispatch like, hey, this is what I got going on for a situation, so on and so forth.
So we can all agree it sucks to be this officer right now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what's going on then.
Westbound 44 southbound. Westbound 44 southbound. Officer screaming on the radio. Turn around.
So off the surface, guys, I mean, I don't know if you agree or disagree. Obviously, it looked like this guy was planning this the whole time. No hesitation. Once he visually saw the officer closer to his vehicle, he took the opportunity to take that ambush. I don't even know how many rounds. I stopped counting after the 5th round, to be honest with you guys. What happened here?
Well, and clearly, like you mentioned, yeah, straight up ambush. It makes sense now to why we saw the door popping 3 times and potentially target reference lancing, get eyes on the officer. Obviously, he had the ability to get proactive with it and get the jump. The officer was hit multiple times. What you can't see because of the flashlight or the mag light is the bulk of that return fire is from the officer stopping the threat and neutralizing the suspect for the ambush considerations.
So you're telling me the officer actually survives this?
Yes.
Yep. He stayed in the fight. And I think,
And he shot the suspect?
yes, he killed the suspect. And I think a significant thing that you bring up is not only could that have potentially been, him trying to suck that officer in quicker and stuff. Another consideration to have is that might have been his own personal rehearsal. And then there's also the aspect of like any human being, like, okay, get ready. So
yeah,
like
before a foot race or before a game.
And you notice the change in the pace and the cadence of that door coming open and coming closed.
Oh wow.
It was ramping up. So there's definitely a ramp up period. Well, I think the big thing is like, okay, I shot at him several times, right? Well, at this point, the officer's down. If he wanted to, he could have left right then and there, but he didn't. He stuck around. And so what we do know, some of the details about what happened with this officer, because we actually had one of his partners in our class, in one of our classes when we were teaching at St. Something happened with the suspect's weapon.
Like it jammed or something?
Something, yeah. And that's why you saw him still kind of running around the officer. He was trying to get the weapon back engaged. So he was trying to make sure he finished the job.
Well, I think Lynn's absolutely correct in regards to, we do have artifacts and evidence supporting the fact that, no, he took the intent to get proactive and charge towards the officer who was already down. So even if there was something else leading up to this guy had clearly a time and opportunity to get back in the vehicle and take off, or just get away from the situation.
One of the things I do want to highlight, and only because I've seen it so often in community comments, feedback, sometimes protests, they've even elevated to that level, is we're so quick to The officer did it wrong. They shouldn't have done this. They didn't have to go so far. But how about we look at it the other way now? We have a perfect example where an officer stood in the fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the target of your aggression. I took 3 or 4 rounds. I stood in the fight. That mental space to even have the fortitude or ability to do that, because I don't know about you, Keith, but I've been in fist fights where I've been hit really hard, and I'm already questioning whether or not I want to keep going another round. You know what I'm saying? This dude just took 3 or 4 bullets.
100%.
You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? So let's, we're quick to say, and I hate to say we as a general we rule, but I hear often in some cases, discontent and hatred towards law enforcement. They're just people, man. This officer right here could be a husband, a dad, a son, a brother. And he stood there. His life was at risk. And he stood in the fight long enough I got to render my own aid, blocks possibly from his own house.
Okay, rear simple. First officer needed aid west and down 44 southbound. Westbound 44 southbound. Officer screaming on the radio. Turn around. There's 93 and 81. I got an officer shot. Stay back. Anybody else in the car? I don't know. Officer shot. One subject down. Officer shot. One subject down. Unknown. If anybody else is in the car. Unlock my door, please.
So locked.
Confirm location. Westbound 44.
44 westbound Elm.
MPX is probably from murder. $7630, you have cars around. In route. Anybody else? I don't know. 7421 around. 21 around. 2 do you have? Medics around. We're gonna roll EMS. And we're gonna need westbound shut down. Clear 5320, can we have some Lakewood cars shut down westbound 44? Shut down westbound 44 for doc. Okay. 44, coming around, now shut down. Clear.
My rifle. I got it. You got it? Yeah.
On the highway. Clear 9383. Status.
9381, 83 is with me right now. He is secure. He has a tourniquet on.
Okay, tourniquet's applied. He is secure at this point. Suspect down. 7632 on 23. 632 arrival. 7661.
9381 to the other units arriving. Be advised, I do not know if anybody else is in the car.
Responding cars, the car is not cleared. The suspect vehicle not cleared. Port 21's out. Shut it down west 144 is Murdoch. Westbound is Murdoch. It's a weekend enter. 31 and 24. Doing the red one.
You got the car? Run it.
I got the car.
Run it.
Do you know if anybody else is in there?
I have no idea if anybody else is in.
9384.
The car is not cleared yet.
84, go ahead. 3 might be it. I'll be running code to Barnes Hospital if you could advise the ER.
The car is not cleared yet.
$93.84, verifying you're en route now in the police car. I am en route. I'm eastbound 44. Gonna be passing Murdoch now. If you can advise the ER. Clear. City also, if you could help out. City's gonna be shutting down the interstate for us eastbound.
Not yet. He's down.
What's that?
He's down. I have not given commands. I was waiting for officers to arrive.
Okay,
Ready? Is anybody else in the car? Is anybody else in the car?
Get on the PA. Where's it at? I got it.
Hit it? Well, yep.
East Central 293.
Please. Is it coming through? Sounds like it. If anybody's in the car, remove your seatbelt and put your hands out the window.